I couldn't figure out what to do. How long was this going to last? This thought kept popping up in my mind as I was in the Philippines with a companion that was extremely difficult to live with. It was difficult to think of how I could end this as soon as possible. But what if it didn't end? What could I learn from this experience? Many of us have a lot of different experiences in our lives that cause us to think, how can I get out of this? This isn't in my comfort zone. We need to learn to think, when these trials come, when these hardships come, when I can't seem to find a way out, what do I learn from this? How can I learn? What are the things and experiences that will help me throughout the rest of my life from what I'm feeling right now? When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I had been on my mission for just under about 6 months. I'd been on my mission. I had great companions. I got along with them all. And it seemed the only problems I was going to have was homesickness. But I was pretty wrong about that. There was this missionary in my zone, the previous transfer, who seemed happy, seemed fun, but I just didn't want to be his companion. I think we've all felt this in one instance or another. It doesn't have to be with people, but it can be with homework or a job or some task that we have to do that we just don't want to do, and we hope that it's not going to come our way. Well, lo and behold, the next transfer, we became companions, and my hardships really started. He was difficult to get along with. Whenever I tried to critique or give improvements to him, he would get mad and wouldn't talk to me. When he would give me improvements, I would accept them and try to improve, but for some reason he just couldn't get it through his head that these are just improvements that I wanted to help him become better. As the transfer continued, there were good days and bad. Some days we had a lot of fun, we got along, the lessons were great, our flow seemed awesome as we transitioned from one to another. But there were those certain days that I said something wrong, and it would make him mad, it would offend him, and then he wouldn't talk to me for the rest of the day or even days at a time. I would wake up in the morning feeling scared for what the day would hold for me. I loved going to sleep because the problem would just seem to go away, if only for a few hours. And then right when I would wake up, I would get super scared. I think all of us have had these instances in our lives where we wake up in the morning and the tasks and problems we are going to face throughout the day fill us with fear and fill us with even a sadness. I was with him for 2 transfers, and they were tough. Every day seemed to be tough. Although the days that we were getting along were better, they were still tough. But as I look back on that experience, I learned that maybe if I wouldn't have gone through those hardships with him, I wouldn't have learned to think about someone else more often. As I was with him, I started thinking about how I could help him be happy, how I could improve myself to be easier to get along with, and I searched the scriptures for answers, I thought about it, I prayed about it, and I am confident that because of those things that I went through, I was able to think of others more often, and it has helped me in school, in work, in relationships, it seems in everything. So as we go through those different hardships, it's not only the hardship that we're learning from, we're learning for situations that are going to be in the future. We don't get to choose the hardships and trials that come our way. But we do get to choose how we react and what we learn through those experiences. We could go through those with contempt and anger, but it isn't until we learn that when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.